Hello, welcome to my channel. So today I'm sitting here in my hotel room in Atlanta. I have quite a long layover and a long 4-day trip ahead of me. Yesterday I flew from Fort Lauderdale to Atlanta. Today I had the whole day off. Tonight I fly from Atlanta to LA, LA to Atlanta. So I have a long night ahead of me. Gonna need some really good food. So I thought on this trip I would give you guys a tour of my lunchbox, everything I bring on a nice 4-day trip, and hopefully give you some ideas for some vegan meal prepping. So if you work in the airline industry or you're aspiring to work in the airline industry, I'm sure you know that a lot of flight attendants and pilots actually meal prep their entire 4-day trip out. So they'll bring enough snacks and enough actual meals to not buy any food at the airport, at the hotels, or at the restaurants in the random cities. So this actually helps a lot in cutting down the cost of the trips. So that way when I go to a random city like Atlanta or I go to LA, I'm not spending money on food and I can spend way more money on the experiences that I'm having in the city. It also helps me consume more healthy food, especially when I went vegan, and now that I'm gluten-free and vegan, it's really difficult to find a healthy, affordable alternative. So here's my lunchbox. It's kind of small, but it's perfect for me. I've had this for the entire time and duration that I've been a flight attendant. So it clips on, and then this you Velcro it down, and it stays right on top of my bag. So this works out perfectly. It's Travel Pro brand. It's a smaller one, but I love it. It matches my bag, so it's perfect. So the most important thing, which I'm gonna get started with first, is coffee. So at home, I invested in quite a few mason jars, and I also invested in an espresso machine. Before my trip, no matter what it is, red-eye turn, 4-day trip, 5-day trip, 2-day trip, always bring my coffee. That is the single most important thing to me. I have this amazing silk creamer. It's vanilla flavored. It's so good. Highly recommend it. So I brew a whole thing of espresso, and it usually makes 2 of these mason jars. So that'll last me. I usually have half of one a day, like I had this morning. Tomorrow I'll have the rest. I'll pour it over ice, and then I'll have another one like the next 2 days. So I guess on the top is probably going to be the smaller items, which is more of the snack-oriented things. But on any long trip, you're going to need snacks. So I found this amazing protein bar. This is what it looks like. Okay, so it's plant-based protein, 12 grams of protein, and it's made out of pea protein. It's completely vegan. The only allergen that it contains is peanut. So on a 4-day trip, I'll usually bring 3 or 4 of these, and it's just an awesome source of protein. Sometimes it could even be a meal replacement if you had like an avocado or something with it. The next thing that I'm gonna bring up is my favorite snack. So on a 4-day trip, I bring 2 avocados. I usually have half of an avocado a day, and as I start to eat some of my meals, I have clean, open containers to store the avocados in when I'm done with the other half. Today I'll have like a diced avocado. I'll put a little salt, maybe some olive oil, something on it. That'll be a nice little snack for me, along with my protein bar, which I'll have right before I go to LA. The next thing, so it's the same brand as the almond milk creamer that I was talking about for the coffee. I brought 2 silk almond milk yogurts. Both of these are flavored chocolate coconut, but I actually prefer the vanilla flavor, and I put raspberries in with it. That'll just give me a little energy, sugar, a little more fiber. These do tend to be higher on the sugar side to compensate for the lack of dairy. They add a little bit more sugar. The only allergens again in these are almond and coconut. It's completely vegan, almond milk based. So today I brought pre-made, but usually I make my own hummus with chickpeas and garlic. So this flavor is actually really good. It's my first time trying it. Lemon twist. So on the plane, obviously we have access to the snacks, and we have a really good popcorner chip option. So usually on the plane, I'll dip a pack of popcorners in, or I'll have some nuts, and usually I bring carrots. It's a really good snack item as well. Keeps me full and helps me eat more vegetables throughout the day. So now we'll get into the more important part of the process, the meal prepping. So for my trip at home, I prepare an entire batch of red lentil pasta with a sweet basil marinara veggie sauce. So I add 2 zucchinis, 2 summer squash, half a carton of mushrooms, 2 tomatoes, and watercress. Watercress is the most nutrient-dense vegetable you can consume. A lot of people don't know that, but it's really, really good for you. So on top of the pasta, I sprinkle about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast, And if you're a vegan, you should really start incorporating that into your diet. You can put it on popcorn, on pasta. Tastes just like cheese, as I said, and has incredible health benefits. So another awesome meal that I like to prepare is brown rice with veggie stir fry. And essentially what I do is I take the same vegetables that I add to my spaghetti sauce, but I mix them into a stir fry sauce, a gluten-free vegan stir fry, and I pour them over brown rice. And then I add a ton of seasoning. And again, I add the nutritional yeast. So this is a great meal as well. A lot of carbs, but I think it's good. It keeps you full on the plane for a long time. That's the most important thing. On the trip, sometimes I do have to buy some snacks in the airport or a meal or two here and there. But when I first started working for the airline, I was buying every single meal. I was getting Uber Eats to the hotel. It was really adding up, and it was like I was negative because I was working and I was ending up spending like $200 on food while I was on a 4-day trip, and it just didn't make any sense. So proper meal prepping will make or break your experience as a flight attendant. Something that I used to do in the past, I don't really do as much. I would take my little blender, I would bring my protein powder in a bag, and then I would take the other half of the avocado that I wasn't eating and some fruit and little mini almond milk to go cartons, and I would make a protein shake. I would say if you're gonna do that, maybe invest in a little bit bigger of a lunchbox. Hope you enjoyed my vegan gluten-free meal prepping tutorial today. The only way you're gonna succeed at your job is if you have energy to sustain yourself throughout the day. So I really hope this inspires you to either go vegan or reminds you that it is possible no matter what job you have. Even if you're traveling every single day for work, you can still do it, and you can still be very prepared and eat a healthy, balanced diet as a vegan while being a flight attendant. Hope you guys enjoyed my vegan lunchbox today.